This video we're going to learn how to work with multiple sheets in the same Excel file. We'll see how we can add, rename or delete sheets, and also how we can move and copy data between the sheets. Now, what are the sheets? Well, here you see, we talked about this in the previous video. We have multiple sheets inside an Excel spreadsheet, and you can add more or remove some sheets from your file. So if you simply click on this button, you see it says insert worksheet and also gives you a nice little keyboard shortcut. If you press Shift plus F11, you can add a new worksheet. You click on it, you see you have a new worksheet here. Now if you keep clicking on it, you can keep adding as many sheets as you like, but you see it's not really easy to tell what is inside each sheet, right? It just says sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and if you see all of these are blank, but this one here is where we have some data, right? So you can actually rename the sheets. If you go on the sheet name and you right click, there's an option for rename. You click here and see this is where our data is. You type data and press enter. See, now this I can easily tell that my data is here, and whatever else I want to put, maybe at some point I will add some graphs here, so I'll just rename this and I'll call this the graphs. And maybe there's something else here that just goes like backup. Let's just say some backup sheet here. See, now this is how you can easily rename the sheets. Now another thing that you can do is you can move the sheets around. Like currently the first sheet is data, then graphs, then backup, and then sheet 4, 5, 6, 7. But what if I want the data sheet to actually be at the very end and the backup sheet to be actually at the number 1? So how can I do that? Well, it's very simple. If you go and right click on the data sheet, you see there's this option for move or copy. You click on this and see, what does it say? It says move the selected sheet, and where should it be placed? It should be moved to end, and I click OK. Tada, it's here already. But there's another very simpler way of doing it. The way to do it is you just press and hold on this. So I've clicked my mouse and I'm just holding it, left click, and then I just move. You see how this tiny little arrow, it's pointing. I just move and I leave it here. Look, it's here. Similarly, if I want to move the backup sheet to the end, I'll move it here. See, that's simple. It's as simple as that when you want to move a sheet in the order. Now, sometimes you might want to copy a sheet. Like say, for example, our backup sheet, it's actually supposed to be a copy of the data sheet. So how can I do that? First, if you look at here, so this backup sheet is empty. One way to do it will be I'll go here, I'll select my data and I'll just copy, go here and I'll paste. See, that's one way of doing it. But sometimes your sheet can be very big. Like what if the data sheet is like so big that it's actually very difficult to select all of it and then click copy. So an easy way of doing it is you just right click, move or copy, and you select the create a copy option. And again, I'll move it to the end, click OK. Look here. So you have your data sheet here and your data 2, which is supposed to be a copy. It's the second copy. So I'll just right click on this, I'll rename it and I'll just call it backup of data. See, now data is here and backup of data is here. Now this backup file is no longer necessary. So what I'll do is I'll delete it. So I just right click and I click on the delete. Now you see this is very important. When you click delete a sheet, that data inside that sheet is gone forever. You cannot bring it back. So only delete it if you know that you really do not need that data. Now here I know I don't need this data, so I'll just press delete and now that sheet is gone. Good. So that's so much for moving the sheets around, arranging them, deleting them, renaming them. Now sometimes you might want to copy or move data between the sheets. Well, I already showed you one way to do it. You just select your data, you click copy, you go to a new sheet, and wherever you want to paste it, say I want to paste it here, I'll click there, right click, and I'll just paste. And the data shows up there. That's one way of copying it. If you want to move the data, so then you just select it, and instead of copy, you cut it, you go to a new sheet and you press paste, and look, now from the data sheet, that data is gone because I've moved it, I've cut it from here and I've pasted it here. Now instead, if I want to move it back, I could just cut it again and paste it there, or I could simply click the undo button. I click undo and look, it's gone and it's back to where it started. That's that for this video. I'll see you in the next video.